Good day, guys. Welcome back. Today's project is not a homestead project. Today we are working on my truck. So you can see the hood's up. My 2014 Silverado. We're just going to do some routine maintenance on it, pretty much. Something went bad on it. The thermostat is bad. So I'm going to show you guys how to change that. This is a 5.3 liter V8. So it's got two lines, this big one and this little one right here. What my truck was doing was, it all of a sudden, I'd be driving down the road and all of a sudden the temperature gauge just quit working. Now, when that happens, what do you think? This right here. Coolant temperature sensor. Well, I replaced it, and I noticed that the clip, the housing on the original one was cracked. So I went ahead and I rewired it. I used a male and female connector, that's why it's wrapped up in electrical tape right there, and then heat shrink on both of the connectors. Changed it and drove it down the road for 10 minutes and it started working again. Left it set in my garage all night. Went to drive to work the next day. 10 minutes down the road, boom, needle went back again. Went to AutoZone and got the code pulled, and they said everything led back to the thermostat. And they asked me, they said, you know, has your temperature been running cold in your truck? And I said, well, you know, what's my truck supposed to run? You know, 185, 190? And they said, no, it's supposed to run 207. These newer vehicles, they need to run hotter to burn the emissions out of them. So I said, no, it's not even been running close to that. It's been around 175 or whatnot. And they said, well, okay, that's probably your issue. And it all led back to that. So I got a new thermostat for it. And the best thing about it is the thermostat is right there. You know, you take off your air intake cover for your throttle body and all that stuff, and it's just right here. It's very easy to get to. It's 3 bolts, 2 hoses. One thing I noticed when I went to AutoZone and I got this was, it's all one piece, all of it. Thermostat, housing, neck, everything. Now, most of us out there who have worked on older vehicles, we're just used to the thermostat part, and then the housing and the main head where it connects to, that being separate things, and having a little paper gasket we got to scrape off in between. Well, apparently GM got wise of that, so now all you have is this rubber gasket right here. And there was no kind of gasket that came with it that fits that. So I'm assuming there's not going to be one under here when we take this off. Now, I'm not mad or upset that this went bad. I've had this truck since it had 44,000 miles on it, and it has 145,000 on it right now. So I've drove it for 100,000 miles since I've owned it, and I've never had a problem with the thermostat till now. So I'm almost guarantee you that is the original thermostat in this pickup. And it lasted about 145,000 miles. I am not complaining at all. So I'm just going to go ahead. The engine's still a little bit warm right now, but I really need to get this changed. So I'm going to be wearing gloves while I'm doing this so I don't scald my hands. And as I'm taking this housing off, I'm going to explain something to you about the cooling system on this truck, and something that you might want to recommend doing. Okay, just want to add, taking this off, this clip right here, that clips on to that back there, and this clip here that goes to the air filter duct. Those are both 5/16, 8 millimeter, I don't know which. Yeah, you do that, and then you take off both of these lines here. You press down on the white tab, and they just disconnect, and it just pulls right out, just one piece. These bolts on the housing of this are 10 millimeter. Okay, first things first, got to disconnect the lines right here. But this line right here, antifreeze, runs through that from the reservoir. So what I'm going to do is I have a pair of vice grips right here. I'm going to see if I can just vice grip this off to either completely stop the fluid coming through there or at least slow it down. Figure out here in a second. Maybe I should go at it from an angle. Don't want to rip this line. It's the original hose. Okay, just like that. And I have a couple of pliers and channel locks here, so hopefully I can do this without. All right, fluid's starting to come out. Hopefully it doesn't bubble and spew out all over the place. Which is why, instead of the garage, I have this on my gravel driveway, so I ain't got to clean up freaking antifreeze if it does do that. Yep. Oh. Want to prop this line up. Okay. That is really spewing out of there. I have extra antifreeze in case, unfortunately, it does. It's slowing down, so. This next one, this big line, this is the one that worries me. So I don't know how this is gonna work. I'm probably gonna have to prop this up over here. But, I mean, everything's coming loose all right, so. That might stop once I get the pressure off this thing. Like I said, the best way to do this is when the vehicle is completely cold, but I don't. Okay. All right. Prop that right there. Put that line right there. Okay. Yeah, more than likely I'm going to have to power wash. Okay, that fluid is not that hot, so. All right. Now, the 9/16 bolts, or 9/16, come on, Josh. The 10 millimeter bolts right here, I'm just going to take these three off. It's pretty self-explanatory. But what I wanted to tell you is, you notice I have just regular antifreeze in my truck. Now, most GMs nowadays will come with Dexcool. Dexcool is the orange antifreeze that you see. It's actually, I think, maybe just a GM thing. Maybe, but it works the same as antifreeze. However, it does not last nearly as long. Antifreeze pretty much has a shelf life of, well, forever. But Dexcool needs to be changed out about every 5 years, depending on how much you drive it. And I didn't want to be stuck with that burden, so last summer my AC quit in this thing, and I went down to my local AC guy to get my condenser fixed. Well, the cool thing about it was he also did radiator flushes. So I had him go ahead and just flush all the decks out of I might have to just go ahead and just quickly get the new housing on here. I had him flush out all the decks in this and just put regular antifreeze in. It I don't know if the decks just loses its sensitivity with keeping it cool, or if it corrodes, but it does need changed out about every 5 years, like I said. And so if you do that, then you're just using regular antifreeze. You don't have to worry about much of anything. Okay. this thing's probably gonna go once I break this loose. So get ready for a mess. New one ready. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna throw that on the ground. The old seal is still in there. Get that off. Now, I'm just gonna get that in there. Then get that nice and snug. Yeah, you may have to take your vehicle to the pressure washer, or pressure wash the front of this, because there's antifreeze all over the place, and it just drained all the antifreeze out of it. So you either want to do that, or just take your or just drain the antifreeze out. Yeah, that was my dumbass fault. There was really no way around that. Well, actually there was a way around it. I just didn't figure it out. But yeah, so now I'm just gonna, it's not spewing out no more. It's pretty much out, so damn it. Just use the same 3 bolts. Just gonna run them down before I tighten them. Make sure it gets on there. The seal of the housing that I have gets on there flush. I want to raunch one side down to be in there whopper jaw, and then it starts leaking again. Because this Duralast thermostat unit, it was about $55. Lucky me, I'm a truck driver for AutoZone, so I get a discount. So snug that one up. Down. Snug this back one up. Say, just snug them. You remember, this is a plastic housing, so snug that one up. Okay. Wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Just the damn antifreeze. Well, like I said, I got another jug in there, and I'll pick up some more while I'm out. Oh, and also, the regular antifreeze is a lot cheaper than Dex Cool. So, yeah, that little hint there, those of you that have GMs that still run Dex Cool, it probably wouldn't hurt to do that. Just so 5 years down the road, if you're not stuck with that burden. Yeah, I got it all the way on there. Okay. Pliers. Alrighty. So 10mm bolts right here. Have your pliers and stuff ready. Hopefully this video educates you on it may not be a bad idea, even if your motor is cool, to go ahead and drain it. I've definitely learned my lesson on this one. Yeah, because I'm gonna have to go to the car wash, and I'm gonna have to power wash this out. Don't want that exposed while I'm doing it, but yeah, because I mean it pretty much leaked out the entire reservoir, and because of that, I don't know how much antifreeze is left in here. But yeah, it's a pretty simple fix. You know, it takes 2 or 3 minutes like this. Now you just throw that back on and load it up with antifreeze, and we'll see if this works now. So yeah, that's all the video today, guys. Sorry if it was a little bit boring, but hopefully now you guys know how to do that. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next project. See ya.